Hello, Miguel. My name is Sean Everett. I'm the website analysis expert over at Zucore Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website over to me for analysis. So here we go. And first off, you do have a beautiful site. You clearly spent some money on it, and it is money well spent. It is interactive. It's got custom photos, a way to contact you. If I were to land here, I would be very happy. But having a beautiful website is not the thing that gets somebody here. Having a beautiful website is something for the people that get here. And your site is underperforming. You had an idea that this was going to be something that brought you customers and money, and not just a little sort of novelty on the bottom of your business card. So it is underperforming. Now, I am going to show you what I do in my analysis, and I am going to show you how to fix the problem of underperforming. And it's actually quite simple. It's all within the website itself. Now, the first thing I do after looking at the website is I have a paid tool. It's called Ahrefs. It gives me the metrics of your website and how it's been performing. The next thing I do is a good old Google search for Flagstaff, Arizona roofer. Now, the reason I do that is because Google is responsible for about 96% of your traffic. And in doing so, a lot of people don't know how Google works. Now, that puts them at a disadvantage because if you don't know how something works, you can't take advantage of what it has to offer. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about how Google works. I'm going to show you step by step. And I'm going to do that by looking at the results of this search page that I did. Now, everything that is in a Google search page is the result of the Google algorithm. And the Google algorithm is designed by Google to give its search customers what they call the most relevant results. Now, relevancy to you and me is very different than what it might be to Google because they want a company that has a good website, and I want a company that has, good work ethic and good materials. So that's sort of the differences there. Now, this is called the map pack, and because it's attached to this map, it'll ask you questions. This is filling out the Google business profile. It'll ask you questions like, what year did you start your business? It'll ask you what your daily hours are, and it's going to ask you to prove that the website that you're filling out the profile for is your own. And that being the case, if you do that well enough and thoroughly enough, Google will reward you with this spot up here near the top of a Google search. And there is money in the pocket from that. That is a winning proposition, being at the top of a Google search. Now, as you can see, Polaris is here, roofing systems, and they're also here. And the reason for that is not because they paid or anything. These are two different search areas. This one is the result of having filled out a Google business profile, and this one is the result of simply the Google algorithm. Now, number one of the algorithm's desires is filling out the Google business profile. Number two is what I'm going to do is something really fast. Polaris I'm going to refer to as your Google business competitor. Here's their website. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take your website and copy and paste the home page into this word counter here. You have 261 words. Here is what Polaris has. They have 794 words. So where algorithms are concerned, more wins. So 794 definitely beats 261. But the truth of the matter is that neither of you have the 1,500 words that Google requires for you to actually be considered a legitimate entry into their web search results. They want 1,500 words because they have determined that that is the minimum number of words that you can have to educate their customers about whatever it is their customers typed into that Google search box. So you have some words to get up. But all words are not equal at Google, and I'm going to show you why. Keywords are what we're looking at, and keywords are words that exist in your industry already. They exist in your site and the site of your competitors, and they also exist in Google word searches. And they also exist in the communities that you serve. So you have 15 keywords. I'm going to show you what your competitor has. They have 1,500. So there is a little bit of a catch-up to do there. I'm going to show you what their keywords are. 3-tab shingles, Flagstaff roofing companies, Flagstaff. Now, I have to point out that these two look very similar, but to an algorithm that does not know our language, they are very different because they start with different things and they end with different things. And the algorithm is not smart. It just looks for what it looks for. Metal roofs in Arizona, Spanish roofing, roof eaves, all high-end roofing. All of these things are things that people are thinking about and Googling. That's what these are Google searches essentially for. So those become keywords. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you about are backlinks. Backlinks is where your site appears on someone else's site. Like if I go to Yelp and you have a profile there and there's a website, your website is listed on that profile. If I click it and go back to your site, then that's a backlink. You are on 4 different domains. Here is what your competitor has, 133 different domains. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. They are on several that are in the 90s here. About.me, Yellow Pages, then we get into the 80s, Porch.com, This Old House, Super Pages. And what this number here is the backlink profile. These are the domain ratings. And the reason that they have a high rating, you have a rating also, yours is, well, currently 0. But these are scales of 0 to 100. And the reason that they have such a high rating is that a lot of other sites refer to them. It's that simple. If a whole bunch of sites refer to you, then Google is really happy to send their customers to you because Google thinks that the more links there are to you, that must mean you're that much more important. So you want to get your links up because that is sort of pre-vetting as far as Google is concerned. Now here's what this all comes down to. This all comes down to this number here. Your traffic last month was 16 visits from visitors. And that's up 3 from the month before. You had 13 and now you're at 16. So at least you're on the way up. But that is less than 1 every 2 days. Now, what your competitor had was 542. And you can see the difference. They had that many more opportunities to have one of these turn into a request for an estimate. Now, not all of them, obviously, but just the odds are that 16 is not going to have as many requests for an estimate as 542 is. And it's not going to turn into a customer, and it's not going to turn into money in your pocket. So that is what the value of being high up on a Google search is. Now I'm going to just scroll down and see if I can find you MCR roofing in this Google search here. And hopefully you're not too far down, but I just want you to think about your own Google habits. When you are searching for something on Google, there we are. How far down do you scroll before you give up and say, you know what, I probably have what I need from here on up? I'll tell you something. Most people stop here at the related searches. And you are below that by a couple, by 4. So it would be good for you to change a few things in your website and get to the top of this. And like I said, you can be not only in the organic searches, but up here also. So that would be ideal because Polaris doesn't need all that money. Take it from them. Take it. That's what I'm suggesting. Anyway. Thank you so much for watching. If you think that you would rather spend your time roofing than dealing with the things that I have been talking about, then by all means, give Eric a call. He would be happy to guide you through the next steps. Thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.